That's nice. Lunka chunk. That's pretty special.
There's three. There's three.
Yeah, it's a hot day.
Ow.
I'm hanging in the sunshine.
Don't
You should
shake
hit
there.
me with the splash gun, so I cool down. Won't you come on over? We can party till the sun's down. Baby, let me buy you a drink while we're dancing a blink. I could go for some queen bee too. Bass is going boom boom.
High five. Oh yeah. That is sweet. You go, eh? Yeah.
Holy. I'm just blown away.
All those little yellow specks are actually gold.
So Andy just found a big nugget. Yeehaw! It's like real, man. Yeah! Heck yeah! That is awesome, man. Cool, man. See, look, it feels good, eh? It feels insane, man.
Lunka chunk.
There's three. There's three.
Gonna grab those other nuggets for you. Finish throwing them in.
They're on this claim, man. Big time.
I think there's even another nugget in there. Oh my God.
Oh, I got a piece of fly poop.
Out here, eh? This first mine is coming to a close. We're gonna mine the last little area and we're just gonna enjoy it. It's the last hoorah out here before we start to reclimate the rest of the final area and actually get all the equipment out. Andythraxx Mining is going to the Okanagan to mine a pit for Dan Hurd, and it'll be a mechanized test in which we'll determine whether or not we want to do a full-size, full-scale mining operation on his trout claim. So that's vastly exciting. Plus, I have my own hectare permit here that's coming through, a new permit for a really good bench right beside a hydraulic pit that they never finished, and that was from the 30s, and we're going to show you that. It's super exciting, so we'll just keep the tour going.
Isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
The last thing we want to do is shy off on the adventure here. So we're literally planning 3 years ahead.
We got Sibo here from Canadian Gold Mining and Andy from Andythraxx Mining, and hopefully between the two of them, they're going to be able to access that at least $500,000 worth of gold.
All of this equipment and the dogs are going to Dan Hurd's claim on Trout Creek, and we're going to be mining that pit there for him and doing a proper mechanized test of, gosh, at least 100 cubic yards to see. And I want to permit his $500,000 evaluated pit. Canadian Gold Mining is going to be giving me a run for my money at Dan Hurd's pit. He's mining another little pit for Dan on the other side of the river. That's going to be exciting. I can't wait to see Sebastian out on the mine in his excavator. Wow. What I wanted to show you is this whole bench here was mined by the old timers back in the 1860s. And it's completely covered with old workings. Brian's standing on a total cobble pile right now. It's all trench pile, trench pile, trench pile, the whole way along here. It's so amazing. But what fascinates me the most is that I'm mining at the edge of where they stop. My new permitted pit that's downriver, half kilometer, it is littered with 400 plus year old tree stumps. So we know it's virgin. It's just so exciting. It's as good as it gets.
Yeah, we've been here for a few years and it's been really cool. Like,
I wash rocks, I help move stuff. It's been an awesome experience, and
my cut's just next door here.
which the permit should be done soon, and hopefully I'll be mining there myself.
Killer. Thanks, Bri.
You bet.
And this is Roxy. She's our new puppy. She's so sweet. This has just been so exciting. Having a permit to operate it's so much easier to have a look under the ground and see what you're dealing with. And just as we came down through our access road, we hit a pay channel of river gravel all the way up from the bank. We're like another maybe 15 meters higher up than the bench I'm mining right now. And it's about 10 more feet up to another whole big bench up here that's on our claim. And we're sure that it's a placer deposit. And we just never tested it yet, but there's more ground out here than we can get to work in. This spot here is a pretty special little pool on the claim. And we've had a lot of really amazing people come here. The Almighty, Scuba Jake.
What's up guys, Jake here. I'm actually in Canada today, doing something I've always wanted to do since I was a young kid. Today, we're going scuba diving for gold.
Dan Hurd prospecting for a nice piece of gold. Let's see what they weigh. Mike from Incubus.
Mike Einziger from the band Incubus.
And so many others. Over 20 something feet deep in the middle. And where Paulie finds all of his biggest gold. That was the cliffs we jumped in my last video. It's just a real sacred place to us. But it's got more history than just that. It's actually so cool. In 1931, they had a hydraulic pit here. They laid railway tracks along the bedrock here as the sluice box rippled and just posed the gold and everything right out here. And this was the sluice box. So here are a bunch of the railway ties I was actually telling you, a railway track. Sorry, these are just discarded here, and that's part of their sluice box system. And they used it, they must have used it for some kind of carts to maybe bring stuff in and out of sight, because they had a lot more here than I would have thought they needed. Super cool to find the history. So this was the hydraulic pit. They had a water monitor at the very top, another one here, and then a guy right here somewhere piling up this boulder stack of gigantic boulders. They were able to perfectly pile them just with the power of a water monitor. Here's more track. Oh, dude, look at this. Look at this. Look at that, eh?
Oh, cool.
That's a stack of track. And it's got spacer bars and banding, and it's sitting up on stuff. Sitting up on more track. Wow, it's deep here. It's like that thick. And who knows how far back it goes. That's all dropped off in the 30s. Somehow they probably packed it in here by hand.
and stacked it and never used it. So this whole pile is all loose boulder stacks that they piled up. And so that is going to be my new mine site. 250 plus meter long bench of virgin ground that the hydraulic pit miners didn't get in the 30s and the original miners didn't get in the 1860s. So crazy exciting. So we're in the very top of the hydraulic pit. This is as it was left. You can see all the gravel that they were washing. Look at how rusty and mineralized that all is in there. So red. And here's another shelf of like a false bedrock. Probably good gold sitting right on this. That's clearly a coarser zone, yeah. But yeah, I picture the guy standing here with his water monitor shooting out there. The funnest job on the site right here. Just moving mountains, all virgin, untouched. It's got 300, 400, 500-year-old tree stumps on it. And we know it's over a gram a yard from all our tests. So we're really excited. We're taking it from the hydraulic pit right at the very top, all the way down the next 256 meters. You're so funny. Good girl. Good dog. Okay, guys. So we're walking along the permitted area, all the way from the road to the tall trees in the distance. This whole bench. From road to riparian zone. It's varying between 40 and 50 meters wide, and it's all virgin. Over supervising. All right. Look at that slime ball. There she is. This is from the plant of the people who mined this pit here. That's a nice set of grizzlies, eh? It's actually shaking. It doesn't shake, but it's got springs to take the impact. So now we're in the area where the old workings start, and here you got the first boulder stack. Look at this thing. Holy, lucky we didn't bump that. That is insane. God, you bump that stick and that thing dropped, you're in a world of hurt. No one's ever actually reached bedrock here. It's over 35 feet. Look at this. This is incredible. Another hand trench. So this is either pay dirt or their hand stack. And the same with this. Like one of these piles they were moving here while they were getting this stuff out of the way. So somehow you'd have to dig to find out, but this is their workings. They've trenched this out and this has been dug. Beautiful. Beautiful river rock. Oh, here's a good look. So here we got, this is clearly their dry stack. This is a tailings pile. Who knows, maybe they didn't mine below this. It's vividly a mine. That tree is beautiful. Here's another sluice box trench. They were clearly working these claims all the way along. Look at this. This rock walls, the rock piles, how they dug all this out. This is super cool too. Like, look at, you can see the cobble line there still. Like, this actually looks like it hasn't been worked. This looks like pay still. You know, whenever they start mining a trench, they got to move one way or the other, right? And so sometimes they move away from pay. All these boulders are still locked in a gravel and a sand. So this isn't dry stack, I don't think. Unless they were moving it out of the way for some reason, but I really don't think so. Look at all the you know, there's little stuff in with it and skipping stones and bigger stuff. It's dry. This is all really good to try high banking and see what it's all about. But there it is, how the miners left it 150 years ago. You can see the dirt that's still here, the topsoil that's still here, and they started digging down. Now that's amazing. 150 plus years ago, another man touched that, another lady, whoever it was, been messing with this and digging gravel out of there. Look at it. If it's as rich as they say it was. Look at this stone. It's got a triangle depression on it.
That's cool.
Look at that, eh? That's neat.
That's actually kind of neat. That's a keeper.
Can you carry it out for me?
No.
Otto, can you carry it? Yeah, right, he said. Ow. That little rock you just knocked that into my ankle.
Maybe it's a Templar stone.
Yeah, that might be Templar.
Yeah. Treasures, folks.
There's a skipper. Oh, it's a skipper. You shouldn't bite rocks. All right. Let's forge up and over.
Sounds good.
That's a significant area. They really dug this out. You can see they removed this whole basin here and worked her through. Isn't this incredible? I love the sound of walking on tailings. There's no sand in this at all. Look at how far it goes this way. See, there's another, like a trench line, a ditch line. That's where their ground sluice would have gone out there.
Are you having trouble getting up?
You okay?
Come on, let's go.
Come on. Come on, Matt. I need you. Yeah, there's my dog. So this is quite easily a 400-year-old tree. We're talking 40-inch plus diameter right here. It was cut down in the last, I don't know, 50 years, somewhere probably back in the 50s, 60s out here. And this, to me, guarantees that this ground hasn't been worked. And as you saw, as we came this way from the road, the whole way in, a half kilometer, it's just trench after trench after trench of each guy mining his area. This one has 3 or 4 big old growth stumps on it. For some reason they didn't get to it. Right there is another stack of tailings and boulders, and then here virgin ground. So we're going to eventually bring the high banker here and mine ground that the guys that originally got here got to mine. All of a sudden I remembered about that bee's nest and got super scared. Keep thinking I'm going to lift my head up in it. Oh, here it is. Stay away from that thing, Otto.
Otto's checking it out.
Okay, Rob, let's go. right, I want to show you something special. This is the new trommel. It's dangerous without work boots. In the beginning of this video, I showed you some incredible gold pieces. We're going to take a close look at those and weigh up those 2 sniping days. They were record breakers. This trommel is the trommel we'll be converting for my new project, and it's going to be 30 to 40 yards an hour, and we're hoping it makes thousands and thousands of dollars. I cannot wait to find big jewelry grade nuggets. The pit we're mining had a 17-gram nugget come off it, and that was just one little test hole that they did. So as well, the future projects we're working on, the Okanagan with Dan Hurd, my new Hector pit, and all of the other pits that we're working on, it's gonna be crazy. Let's go and weigh up that gold and have a close look at it. Okay, just quickly, this is my signature pan. We got Pioneer Polly, Dan Hurd, Mike from Incubus, Chris from Vogus Prospecting, and Scuba Jake, D Almighty. And I've had several others come to the claim, but wasn't able to get them to sign the pan, but soon enough or another time. I just wanted to show you that. And now here are a few things we metal detected at the hydraulic pit. Those are mini railway spikes, and they were to pin the railway tracks I showed you to the bedrock because they used them as sluice box riffles. Piece of a square nail, pretty typical. The end off an old shotgun shell. That's cool. All right, and now here's the lead. That's just from day one. That is a bunch of lead, and those are 22 bullets and the bird shot and some other lead, part of something. It's like a mesh of some kind. And on the second day, I found a few different things. More lead, but this, and I believe this is arsenopyrite. I'm not really sure. It sure has a gold hue to it. I'd love to take a closer look. Somebody really knew what it was. That would be great. I did hear something about a gold arsenopyrite, and that sure has a gold hue to it because other pictures are quite silver. So that's neat. That was a whole vein. I broke this in half. I always seem to do that, but it was like this, and in a crevice I was crevicing, and it was formed as like a vein, so I took it. I like it. And we've been finding these, which are so cool. And you can tell they look different as soon as you see them under the water. They stick out like a sore thumb. I've been keeping them because I was sure they're magnetic, and sure enough they are. Those are an ironstone, and I keep them now. Found some smaller ones as well. You know, you can really notice them once you see them, and they're all magnetic. So cool. And then from the second day, the lead, just to show you more of what we're bringing out of the river, because it's always a positive thing to take all that lead out. There's all of the lead combined. There is my scale. It's already fired up and ready to go. We'll tare it. So this will be the gold from day one. Sniping. I'll weigh that guy separately. I want to see what he weighs. So that's that part of day one, not including this big guy. Come on. All right. 11.06 grams. That is astonishing for one day of sniping. An absolute record for me. This was just the best day ever. It was unreal. So let's quickly move on to the next one. And so now the gold from the second day. There we go. Start with the smaller pieces. And this staggering little nugget. Right on. 4.79. It's just unbelievable. I'm just so grateful to be finding this kind of gold and to be able to share it with everyone. And so the full 2-day total is, did I make a half an ounce? Oh, I think I did. 15.85 grams in 2 days. That is just legendary, so rewarding. However, I am addicted to machine mining, so I'm gonna keep doing that. And this in between, looking for more record-breaking nuggets and record-breaking gold days, all kinds of treasure, any kind of treasure, and just so excited to keep it happening. So, all right, let's look close at this gold here. Look at the gouges on this one. Some of them scratches. This guy's like really nice and thick. And that, you can't quite tell on the camera, but that is quartz strapped in there. And this one, we thought it looked like a teardrop. It's so much thicker than you realize, like so smooth. Like, look at how the edges are kind of rolled up like that. Reminded me of like the side of a coin or something, like just how thick that is. But no pock marks like a lot of the other ones have holes in them, but you can tell it was about to break. And this one I thought was really cool. Like super flat on this side. And then kind of mangled up on that side. And this one has some neat marks on it too. You can tell like that was a specimen. That's quartz in there. And this would have been a specimen trapped in quartz, and as it went down the river it got mangled and lost that. But there is quartz still trapped in it, which to me is so cool. Look at the markings on that gold. Find it unreal to look at. Now this guy, the biggest one of the 2 days, look at the quartz stuck in the end. That would have come out of such a big vein of gold. And all those markings are just mind-blowing to me. Well, there it is. Beautiful. Thank you for following. Thank you for the thumbs up. You guys rock. You gals rock. You all rock. Till next time.
We going again tomorrow?
You went with the rock. Oh, take a seat, Chris. A rock.
This one, that's too sharp. This one perhaps.